welcome back to the Smith Family Ranch. So we're doing some improvements on our electric fence before we bring the cows into this pasture. So what are we doing?
Well, last year, late summer, when we got into our drought, the electric fence that's run up alongside here, we had the charger way up there. So it was nice clear sun, but our ground got really dry.
Very.
So it quit grounding because it wasn't moist soil like it's supposed to be. So this year, we're bringing a charger right here. I got a little bit stronger charger too. We installed our ground system 10 feet apart, 3 rods, but we're putting it in the garden. So when Darcy comes out to water, she can water ground rods too, to keep the fencing charged. And so we can rotationally graze here. So we're gonna put the charger here. We're gonna ground it up to there. And we're gonna run electric fence all the way to there. And then we're gonna finish running it alongside here. And we're gonna do the same rotational grazing we did last year. For the pigs is what we did is, we have an aerobic system for our septic. And so it's got the sprinkler system. And so is what we're doing there is, since the same thing happened with the pigs and the pigs kept getting out, the one thing we're doing is we put the grounding rods where the sprinkler systems go off, because they go off about 2 to 3 times a day. So that keeps the ground nice and moist there, so that when we get the pigs on pasture, we'll run it up the hill and then around, and should, in theory, be enough for grounding with the moist that the aerobic system is. So we're learning to utilize what we have so that we can maximize our potential here. And so with this being in the garden here, I've asked Darcy every time she comes out here to water her plants and vegetables that she can water these nice and deep so that they get a water daily. Keep the ground nice and moist for the grounding rods, and hopefully we'll be able to finish rotational grazing this year. We didn't really get to last year because the grounding issues that we had.
The cows kept going through the fence.
That, and who knows, hopefully the weather will cooperate this year and we can get rain throughout the summer instead of until May.
Right.
Because last year it ended in May. We didn't get any rain really until fall.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we started feeding hay in September, which the year before we started feeding hay in December, almost.
Yeah.
End of November, beginning of December, sometime in there. So. So yeah, we're about almost ready to put the cows out here and start rotationally grazing. The grass is almost ready. I'm trying to hold off as long as possible to make sure the grass and the weed killer that we put down starts to take into effect so that the cows get the most nutrients possible. And we're about there. We're pretty close.
Yeah.
So just getting it ready. Ready for summertime chores.
Yeah.
Moving cows. So with the rotational grazing, we're going to move them a lot sooner than we did last year too.
Because we have more cows.
Well, we have more cows, but I think we let them graze a little too far down. So we're going to let them not graze as much. We're going to move probably every 2 days, maybe every 3 days, hopefully. And give them roughly about an acre, a little over an acre maybe, per paddock, and move them along, and we'll see what ends up happening. I'd really like my grass to get 30 days rest if possible, so that's why I'm holding off a little longer.
Yeah, to make it longer.
Yeah, make the grass a little longer.
Yep.
So
awesome.
That's what we're doing. not done with it anyways, I'm just sticking it in.
All right, in preparation for starting rotational grazing again this spring, we're trying to fix our electric fence. So in doing that, last year we used these insulators right there, but they're short. Let me show you. See how short they are? And they make it easier to touch the fence in between, in between insulators. So we got longer insulators. All right, so this is the size of the insulator that we have. It's a lot longer so that they are further away from the fence and it's less likely to ground out. Also, while we're out here, we're going to make sure that some of the weeds and bushes or whatever are cut down so that they don't touch the wire. So let's get to it.
When was it on? This one?
No, down lower. Right there. Yep.
Get that out of the way.
It's looking real good so far. We got it cleaned up so there's no weeds or trees growing up and grounding it out.